We're listening to Larry June, to Chainz and the Alchemist, Life is Beautiful, and it is when you listen to good music like this, trust me, I do a lot of it. So we're on track 6, which is also called Life is Beautiful, and like so many albums, the track that the album's named after is a weak one for me. Not weak, that's harsh, but it's just not as good as the rest of the album. I don't know what it is about the title tracks, but very often that is the case with me. It's a decent enough sample, but it just feels a little bit behind a lot of the rest of the album. Part of what I said before was that, you know, there's sort of one cracker and then a bit of a fall off, one cracker and then a bit of a fall off, and this is another example. Track 5 was Bad Choices, which was amazing. This less so, to me, just doesn't hit me in the same way. 8 out of 10. Track 7, Generation, yeah, there's definitely something to this good track, not so good track thing. So we've gone out of 10, 10, 8, 9, 8, 9, 8, and this is a 9, this is a belter. Maybe the most modern sounding in the album so far, and it's perfect at this point. Gives you something a little bit different later on. It's got a little trapness to it, but still Alchemist, still sounds like him, and that's a hell of a beat and a hell of a feel. Yep, 9 out of 10. Track 8, Any Day, nice enough groove. It does feel a little bit filler maybe, but their filler is still better than most mere mortal singles or top tracks. But yeah, we're carrying on the trend. 8 out of 10 for that one. Track 9, Epiphany. Sorry, the trend is over. It's at that sort of last few tracks of the album where they throw in the less exciting tracks, in my opinion. It's a lovely beat, it's nice rapping, of course it is, but it's just lacking a spark for me. It feels like just messing around in the studio. Got a nice little beat that we'll rap over, that'll do. Let's stick that on at track 9. Being harsh maybe, 7 out of 10. Track 10, Tru Organics. I think I enjoyed this album more when it was just background music. So the first 9 listens I tend to just have it on in the background. I listen, I'll do work or I do whatever. But the 10th listen I just sit down and I listen to it, maybe do a bit of walking, but it has my full attention. And I think that's what's the problem. It's not a problem, but there's not that much going on under the surface. Once you get your head around that original sample, it does the same thing and they rap over it. And you get some out of the lyrics, but I like things that just do a little bit more when you give it that full attention. But maybe that's part of its charm, that underneath the surface isn't there, but just enjoy it as a groove album, which you should, 8 out of 10. And the 11th and final track, Prouve. Nice to hear, a bit of singing on the ends, nice R&B vibe, a little bit Kendrick Lamar even. Yeah, a decent enough way to finish, 8 out of 10, and I think that's sort of why the album's an 8 and not a 9, it's decent enough. You know, 8 out of 10 is still in my top 20% of albums that I listen to, and I listen to 5, 6 a day at least. So it was never anything but enjoyable, but listen to Zelooperz with Z's on the front and the back, and Alchemist as well, and I just think it's better. It is a 9 out of 10, but give this a listen because it's obviously great.